Kaizen, blitzing your IE career.
This is really where I would want to grow my roots. No? Even from way back, no, when I was still studying, I didn't have any intention uh, of moving, no, to another country. I felt that there's so much to do in this country, di ba? Even if alam natin maraming problema, that's really where you're most needed. Kung leadership is not just being on top, di ba? More than anything is actually making sure that you're able to carry the whole organization, lift them all up together. That to me is leadership. Go for it, whether it's paid or not. Why? It's the exposure kasi. Because you will be exposed to another environment, no, that is close to how it's going to be when you graduate, di ba? It's an opportunity for you to also understand, no?
Kaizen, Blitzing Your IT. Podcast brought to us by the UP Department of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research, where we talk with seasoned industrial engineers and learn their careers from university to their present roles. I'm your host, Johnny Boydon, senior lecturer here at UP DIEOR of Startup Podcast PH. Our guest for this episode is Mr. Ricky Peña. He is Chief Operator at the new PTNT, Senior Marketing and Sales Executive with 38 years of solid in FMCG, pharmaceuticals, telecommunications, and renewable energy. He graduated BSIE 1987. Welcome to the show, sir. Kamusta?
Good afternoon, Johnny, and thank you for inviting me here. Glad to be part of this interview.
Yes, and in this podcast, sir, actually we want to empower IEs and we want to showcase ano nga ba ang IEs and also impart some knowledge, especially from your experiences. Paano nga ba nag-navigate sa ating mga careers? How do we become successful? How do we reach those levels of leadership? And most importantly, how impact to other people.
Well, I hope I don't disappoint. And in my own humble way, I'm able to impart something of value for our future industrial engineers.
Yes. And before that, sir, before tayo sa mga high level experiences, balikan muna natin, sir, ang college life. So, medyo throwback tayo, sir. Kamusta nga ba sa PIE college life?
Okay, well, I was in UP College of Engineering. Well, I entered in 1982. Tapos nag-graduate ako ng 87. And alam mo naman, during those years, turbulent. Dahil syempre, yun yung time na nagkakagulo. And then EDSA revolution happened, right? So, the year before I graduated, mutok ang EDSA revolution. So, in a way, very euphoric yung aming last year sa College of Engineering. Kasi ang daming pag-asa. It's going to be a lot better for the country. There's so much optimism in the air, no? Unlike yung mga previous batches ng IE, no? They really had a hard time finding employment, no? Kasi nga dahil napaka uncertain nung political climate before EDSA revolution. Kaya a lot of them really went out, no, and sought greener pastures outside the country. And even in my batch, actually, Johnny, more than 50% of my batch in IE are out of the country. They really decided to seek greener pastures outside.
Why did you decide to stay?
Well, I really think that this is really where I would want to grow my roots. No? Even from way back, no, when I was still studying, I didn't have any intention of moving, no, to another country. I felt that there's so much to do in this country, di ba? Even if alam natin maraming problema, but that's really where you're most needed. Kung marami na nga problema, kung sa tingin mong makakatulong ka, edi doon ka, di ba?
Makapayat.
So talagang kumbaga parang sabihin mo na siguro influence din ng UP yan, di ba, yung pagmamahal sa bayan. And I would count myself, no, as nationalistic. So that's the reason why nung EDSA revolution, I was really out there in the street.
Oh,
So,
wow. Okay.
so yeah,
Yan yung UP, no? Tsaka honor and excellence nga tayo
of
dito.
course,
How
no?
did kumbaga, how was it imparted in your life din? Yung UP part. Yung UP education din.
Well, obviously, it's an honor, no, for me to have made it to UP. Kasi talagang iilan lang, especially during our generation. Talagang creme de la creme ang nakakapasok sa UP. I mean, even up to now naman, di ba? But nung time ko talagang nakakagulat yung mga kasama ko, kasabayan. Talagang magagaling. Magagaling. No? And I really learned a lot in UP because it's a microcosm of Philippine society. So, ano lang, kumbaga parang I am a product of uh, private school, no? Na all boys school, San Beda.
Okay. San Beda.
Okay. And nung napunta ako sa UP, syempre, na-expose ako na, uy, ang daming mga iba't ibang uring tao from all walks of life na nakasalimuha ko. And to me, that's really part of the learning. I was able to get an understanding and appreciation of diverse opinions and thinking. So that helped me, and that shaped me to be more critical in my outlook in life.
Yun ang UP side sa UP-IE. Now, sir, punta natin yung IE side dito. Pero siguro, sir, San Beda, high school, no?
Yeah.
So, bakit IE ang pinili ninyo going into college?
Ako, nakakatawa yan, Johnny. Actually, mula nung pagkabata ko, gusto kong maging doktor. Okay? But up until siguro third year high school, I was influenced to get into engineering by my science and physics teacher. Kasi magaling ako sa math. Okay, magaling ako sa math. So, sabi nila mas mabagay ako sa engineering. And nung time na yon, yung isang teacher ko, lalo yung sa physics, sabi niya sa akin, no, go into engineering. So, that's the reason why ang first choice ko talaga sa UP, no? UP-IE. At actually, yun lang talagang UP-IE. In fact, dalawang colleges lang in-applyan ko No? Yung the other one is yung kapitbahay natin dito sa Katipunan.
Ateneo.
So, so napasa ko naman pareho, no?
Oh.
Dun sa kabila, management engineering.
Yes.
Dito, IE, no? Bakit IE? Kasi ang feeling ko, alright, it's actually a very prestigious course. Even if sabihin mo na parang yung ibang ibang engineering courses nilalait-lait ang IE, 'di ba? Sabi lang hindi
Hindi
Nung time namin uso na 'yan di ba? Pero asaran lang naman 'yun 'di ba? The only reason why they're saying that is because IE does not have a board exam, 'di ba? But sa akin kasi it's the discipline that I was attracted to. Yung thinking systematically, being very analytic in how you do things, looking at it end to end, okay, and finding ways how to solve problems, di ba? In a nutshell, that's IE naman di ba? So, ganun ako. So, kumbaga parang when I am presented with a situation that needs improvement, talagang titignan ko, pag-aaralan ko. I'll come up with different alternative courses of action, and then susuriin ko ano yung pinaka optimal, no? Yan the thing. So,
but even sir, nung high school pa lang, kasi medyo, maybe, hindi pa naman ganun ka-solid yung palang knowledge natin about IE nito. So, parang maybe, pa lang. So, you already had that, parang information in your...
Sa tingin ko, kasi I excelled very well in terms of balancing my time between academic and I've been very active in organization work.
Even high school?
Even in high school.
Wow.
Okay. Of course, I was always an officer. In high school, then I would have several clubs or organizations. So, when I went to UP, ganun din. Naging active ako. So, hindi ako yung talagang aral lang, di ba? So, I really enjoyed, balancing my time between schoolwork and extracurricular.
And then nung college na sir, so ayun na UP, IE na. So
Ah.
kamusta yung mga freshie days and then yung palang were you
Well, yes, nung siyempre kasi 'pag, kunyari freshman ka, 'di ba, kasama ka sa block. So, very memorable sa akin yung aming, engineering block. Why? Because up to this day 'no, I would count my blockmates as, my closest friends. Okay, so imagine, I mean, this was in 1982. So it spans what, 43 years of friendship, 'di ba? Na, growing up together, learning, from each other's experiences and mistakes, 'di ba? I mean, being a witness to, us changing yung aming phases in life, no, from being single to having our careers, starting our careers, having a family, having kids. So, yeah. And sa'kin, that's also, one of the more important aspect of college life. You will find your life friend in college, especially in UP. Kasi ang dami naming mga gimmick, no, at mga kabalbalang ginagawa nung mga yun,
like ano sir, ano
mga
bang
time na
mga
yun.
gimmick
Siyempre,
niyo?
ewan ko, nung time kasing yun 'no, ang dami naming mga mga in between times naman. Hindi naman kami nagka-cut ng klase, pero ang dami naming, mga adventures 'no, bago pa ang SM North nun. So yun, maya-maya naandun kami, magsisine kami, kakain kami. Tapos, magbibilyar din kami sa may Katipunan, yung dating Pink House. Oo, nandun pa ngayon yun. So, yes.
And then yung
Kaya
mention pala kanina sir 'no, yung being active sa org. What org nga ba sir kayo dito sa
well, I joined IE Club.
hmm,
Oo. Why? Because, uh, well, you know that there are 2 IE organizations,
IE Club
during
and
that time,
SIAM
and SIAM,
until
yes,
now?
oo, until now. IE Club because, well, I had a lot of friends kasi 'no, in IE Club, and then yung mga ka-batch ko na close sa'kin IE Club din, 'di ba? So kumbaga tsaka ano, let's face it, I mean, ang SIAM kasi is more academic
Yeah.
focused, eh.
Medyo.
Ang IE is, well, kumbaga I hate to say na sosyalan, 'di ba? But it's not just sosyalan, it's really because mas kumbaga parang there's that fun element also in what they do.
It's a social org. Social na lang, mag-social.
Social, oo, pero yes, oo. Tsaka gusto ko rin yung like yung tambayan nila, dad pagka dadaan ka parang ang saya-saya,
Ah,
'di ba? So kumbaga parang sa college nga, talagang na, I mean, you really have to uh, work your way to UP kasi in UP sink or swim 'yan, 'di ba? Hindi spoon feeding diyan kaya you have to do that, 'no? Pero siyempre you also have to find balance and I felt na parang I needed that balance, that fun element to make my college life, kumbaga parang in a way, well, what the term? Kumbaga parang holistic, 'di ba? Na I wouldn't be missing out on anything. So gano'n 'yun. But, an interesting sidelight, if I may share, Johnny. Ano ka ba? Sayang ka
ay
ba,
actually
iClub?
neither sir.
Neither. Okay, so my wife, is also an IE graduate, si Rory, and, Siam siya.
Oh,
So, in
the
a way,
best of
okay
both
lang,
worlds.
'di ba? I mean, wala namang talagang rivalry 'yan.
Yes, yes.
And especially after graduation, wala na 'yan. All of us are UPIE. Oo.
And to be fair, actually, even IE Club is like branded as like a social org. But hindi rin naman na ang parang academic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, even yung time ko nga sa IE Club when, well, nung I think I was 4th year then, I was the academic head. And then nung 5th year ko, I was the president of UPIE Club. So talagang you would say na ako talagang dyed in the wool, IE Club 'no.
Hmm,
So,
kamusta
yes.
pala sir? Week
Oh,
lalo na
champion
medyo
overall champion ang, IE Club during my days.
di
Oh,
rin.
even before nung sumali ako siguro I think nag-4-peat kami 'no, na 4
Ewok,
straight years 'no, Ewok,
engineering
oo.
overall champion.
Yes, yes. So, talagang I mean, source of pride sa amin.
During that time na ano, sir, ano, so, well, IE club president, mm, how did you know that you had that leader in you, to be able to lead? Kasi right now you have this, pero parang maybe doon pa lang pala andun na, eh.
Well, Johnny, sa tingin ko kasi yung being a leader is something that just happens because you are generous with your time and resources. Kasi if you have that innate ability to share your time and resources to help people or your organization, yung leadership aspect, no, madidevelop yan talaga eh. People will see na, uy, responsableng tao ito. You can count on him, no, to deliver whatever task, whatever project you throw at him. And that's how I guess you are able to develop that leadership. And in my case, sabi ko nga sa'yo eh, I'm not the one who shies away from responsibility.
Brave.
Kahit nung
Bold.
grade school pa lang ako, talagang lagi akong class officer eh. Di ba? So, siguro innate na rin sa ugali ko yun. Na talagang, okay, gusto ko makatulong. I mean, I could represent my classmates, my group mates. So yun. Kaya even up to now, no, I mean, okay, apart from my career, I still have some project, no, community project na I do.
Sa ACADS naman, sir, ano yung mga naging favorite IE subject mo?
Okay, mga IE subject, yung mga feasibility study yan. Gusto
Oh,
ko
IE
yan.
153?
Yeah, iniba na kasi yata eh. Iniba na eh. No? Pero yun, yung mga project management courses ng IE. OR. So,
Oh,
operations
the
research.
very
di ba?
mathematical part.
Oo. Well, although, I really went in for that discipline. Yung analytical thinking. Kasi we go by the dictum na parang, okay, in IE, okay, given that you have only this much resources, how do you make the most out of them? It's always making optimal use of what's available.
That's right.
Right? Di ba? So whether you're in a situation of plenty or you're in a position of want, how do you make the most out of any given situation? Di ba? To deliver the most benefit.
Vibes nga talaga siya sa leadership na parang it's a style of a leadership na parang really optimizing what you have, and then there's the OR is mathematical version and approach nun, but still it's really being optimizing what you have in order to bring
Correct.
the biggest impact with what team, with
Correct.
what resources, with what people, with what material.
You're absolutely right. It's recognizing kasi na, okay, these are the resources available to you. These are the people that you're working with. It's finding what are the strengths that each one has, no? And how would they contribute to the bigger objective. Diba? So, ayun yan eh.
At saka parang that's kind of ano na, sir, parang ano eh, I mean, maybe that's also how you develop that kasi you have that thing in mind that you want to deliver as much feedback. So how do you optimize that? It's on the people. I mean, on the
Siyempre.
people. So how do you the most of everyone in your team? So assign them their rightful role, assign them their interest. So it's kind of really well that IE actually optimize,
It is.
diba?
Tsaka somehow, it redefines what leadership is. Kasi leadership is not just being on top, diba? More than anything, it's actually making sure that you're able to carry the whole organization, lift them all up together. That to me is leadership. Yeah. In my senior leadership roles, ang ginagawa ko is just to make sure, okay, what are the hurdles that are preventing people from doing their jobs and that are preventing meeting our objectives? Doon ako nag-zero in. Yun yung mga inaayos ko. Because there's that trust in people that if you're able to make their work easier or better, na tinatanggal mo lahat ng mga ng mga harang, mga obstruction, then there's less friction, then they'll be able to do their work better.
And you trust them.
Trust is so important kasi, di ba? But trust is earned,
Mm.
di ba? So, you have to make sure that you're able to also develop the right team, di ba? To attain an objective. So,
Anyway, sir, did you do some nag-OJT ba kayo or internship?
oh yeah,
Saan, sir?
yes. Summers, nakakatawa dahil iisipin mo hindi related sa engineering. I was a summer intern in Citibank for 2 years.
Wow.
Uh,
2 years.
Citibank.
Hindi lang
For,
I mean,
no, summer intern.
2 summers.
So, fourth year and fifth year. No, sorry, third year and fourth year. Yes. Oo. Pero yung mga pinagawa sa akin, okay din. Kasi, yung isa more on HR, pero on database management. Eh, nung time na yun, nagsimula pala yung mga systems. Di ba? And we're talking about the mid-80s, no? I mean, that time, kumbaga parang bago, wala pang email noon eh. Wala pang email noon. So kumbaga, computers are just starting to find their way to the work, the workforce, no, in companies. So in Citibank kasi is a big multinational company, and during that time talagang one of the most sought after companies to work for if you want to establish a strong career in finance. So, dun ako. Pero doing database management dun sa first year ko. Second year ko, more on premises, the properties naman. The property plan. So, okay. Okay yun. And then, syempre, sa mga IE subject, yung mga systems design na pinagagawa namin, may manufacturing, meron bank, bank branch network, etc. No? So, sari-sari. So, yeah.
Recommend, sir, for all IEs to undergo internship. Like, in terms of career building din.
Sa akin, yes. If you're able to get an opportunity, go for it, whether it's paid or not. Why? It's the exposure kasi. Because you will be exposed to another environment that is close to how it's going to be when you graduate, di ba? It's an opportunity for you to also understand, is this the environment I want to be in? Di ba? Even before you graduate, di ba? Try to find your space where you think you can be a big contributor and where you will be happy. Di ba? Kasi kunyari, okay, office work, is that something that appeals to you na you will just stay in an office? And even if, for example, intern ka, kung ano-ano lang paggagawa sa'yo, minsan, kahit papapotocopy lang, or papatimpla ng kape minsan, di ba? Sa akin, okay lang yun, pero tignan mo yung ginagawa ng mga tao doon. Understand what the business is doing, di ba? What are the mission, vision, and how well is the operation running? And can you picture yourself actually staying in this kind of company? Di ba? Even if mundane lang yung mga pinagagawa sa'yo as an intern. Okay, go beyond that. Di ba? And act like a sponge. Ask the right question dun sa mga taong makaka-deal mo. Di ba? To me, it's, kumbaga parang, it's an extension of your education. Di ba? Na you're given this opportunity to be in another environment. And while there, make the most of it.
Make
diba?
the most. Andun na naman tayo sa
Diba?
make the
Make
most.
the most of it. Diba? Nandun ka na eh.
Optimize,
Diba?
yeah.
Oo. And then if for example, you see na, uy, why are they doing it like this? When you, given my IE training, they can actually simplify and do it like this. Diba? Then, you just find a way how to communicate that. Diba? If the situation presents itself. So, ayun yun eh. Kumbaga parang, as you mentioned, in whatever situation you're in, okay, assess. And if you think that there's a way that you can contribute to make things better, then share.
Ayun. Yan talaga. Optimize everything
Yeah.
actually as an IE.
It's the IE discipline kasi.
Ayan, now sir, moving forward so ayan, punta na tayo sa after graduation, like your very first work. Pero bago pala sir, the fact na wala ngang board exam ang IE, na parang medyo nasasabihan ng IE na hindi no? How was it sir? Did it affect you getting or hindi naman? Diretso.
Well, you know, the great thing about being a UPIE graduate is that is never an issue. You will always be in demand because out there in the workforce, most companies value UPIEs. I mean, not to belittle other colleges, but the fact that IE offers a very holistic training. There's the technical, there's the management, there's the systems orientation. It's the kind of package that most companies value. Diba? And then you pick up kaya wala kang ere. Diba? Madali kang makibagay sa tao. Diba? So, at least during my time, and even yung mga sumunod sa akin, and even up to now, when I talk with my friends about, sino yung mga gusto nating kunin. Sigurado ka pag UPIE while, okay, I mean, while tuturuan mo pa, the learning curve is very fast. That's the experience. It doesn't matter na walang board. Kasi sa akin, ang importante is yung journey mo yung discipline that you were able to build as an IE. Diba? And how you're able to apply that. So yun. There is no handicap.
And maybe in fact, it's even a strength. No?
It's a strength because you're a generalist. And I will tell you that there are so many UPIE graduates that are at the helm or were at the helm of the companies they were in. Okay? And under them would be products of the other courses within engineering or other colleges. Ganun.
Ayun, sir. And then, ayun, grabe na ang resume dito ni sir, ng parang, hindi mo resume, sorry, ng CV or ng parang work, first career work niya, sir, is, tama ba? Sa Unilever? Is this correct? Or?
Technically, hindi. Kasi, after graduation, I joined SGB. You're familiar with SGB?
Yes.
Hindi ko na siya nilagay dyan kasi 3 months lang ko nandun.
Okay.
And my first boss is Bing Del Rosario.
Of course, sir.
Okay. Anderson Consulting.
Oh.
So, talagang nahiya ako kay Bing nung nagpaalam ako sa kanya. Kasi, huli lumabas yung sa Unilever.
I see.
And talagang I had set my plans on joining Unilever. Kaya lang, siyempre, parang, okay, tagal. So, I decided, SGB is also a good place to build my career. 2,300 pesos a month of 12.
Oh!
1987.
This is 1987.
Yes. Sa Unilever, ang starting ko, 5,000 eh. Wow!
Doble agad.
More than double. Diba? So, yun. So, I started out, well, so 3 months in SGB. Alam mo kay Mr. Del Rosario, buti naman intindihan niya bakit. Kasi yung sister niya nasa Unilever din. Kaya alam naman niya talagang hindi kayang pantayan ng SGB. So, I joined the Unilever as a marketing trainee.
Marketing trainee.
Management trainee. Yes.
Yes, sir. So, the IE training, kumbaga, used in that role.
Again, it's the discipline, right? Kasi in marketing, and especially during that time, we were doing a lot of product launch. Okay. So you would be coordinating with several groups from the technical side, product development, yung sa packaging, and then you'd be talking to the purchasing, you'd be talking to the production people, then of course you'd be talking to the sales people as well. So you know, uh, the whole process of actually building a product from conception, okay, down to formulating the product, how you're gonna package it, okay, how are you going to price it, how are you going to sell it, di ba? And then how are you going to uh, meet your targets, no? Okay, so you forecasting and all,
Mm.
and then how do you distribute? So hindi lang hindi lang clear yung role ng IE, but if you dig deeper, lahat yun may IE element.
Mm.
Kasi you're trying to bringing all of these pieces together, no, and building a puzzle,
Yes.
di ba?
Actually, sir, kasi walang marketing na subject. Pero yun
Wala.
nga, it's
Pero
a
may
part.
mga elective.
May elective actually, yes.
Sa BA.
Did you take that, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, sa BA, accounting, tapos yung merong isang
Oh.
course na marketing.
So back then, sir, college, parang did you already have it to go into marketing?
Not really. When I was in college, I knew I wanted to be in a big company that I can learn from. I didn't want to be in government.
Why pala, sir? Why? It's the biggest.
Wala. Kasi parang feeling ko, the fastest way for me to learn
Mm.
in my career is to join multinational. And tama naman. I mean, and it appealed to me. And I guess it's, in a way, it's the builder in me. I'm an innate builder of things. So launching product, I mean, from concept to the actual rolling out into store shelves. That's big.
So which ano pala, sir? Which subjects maybe of IE or parang yun talaga nakatulong sa marketing? The organization management part or maybe even the production system part? The OR maybe even? So alin ba, sir?
All.
Or lahat talaga?
Lahat. Lahat yan. Oo. Kasi even time and motion. When you talk about production, di ba? Okay. Yung layout ng mga machines. For example, di ba? To ensure na talagang, okay, maayos yung production process mo. And then, yung sa forecasting, sales forecasting, let's say, di ba? How are you going to distribute your product across the Philippines? Di ba? Ano yung supply chain mo? Those are all IE-related areas, no?
And I guess at the end of the day, it's yun nga, delivering the maximum impact with the
Yeah.
resources that
Correct. Correct. And the great thing about marketing is parang ikaw yung orchestrator. Ikaw yung pumupunta sa lahat. Di ba? So, in a way, you're like the overall project manager for that product. Di ba?
Baka kaya pala marketing kasi connecting the market to the product.
Correct. Exactly. And cardinal rule in marketing is, di ba? I mean, okay, you fulfill a need. Di ba? You look for what people need, and if it's largely unmet, no, yung need na yon, then you come up with something that will satisfy that need, right? Okay ka, swerte ka kung kumbaga defined yung need na yon. There are instances kasi that people don't know what they need.
Yes.
Hanapin
Finding
yun.
the value.
Correct. Di ba?
Yes.
Di ba? So, yeah.
Ayun. And then, after sir, after Unilever, is this correct?
Yes, nag-laptop.
What did you do here specifically, sir?
Marketing din. So, basically, I was also introducing a lot of new compounds, new drugs. So, drug pushing. Di ba? So, I was handling the respiratory, antiviral, and dermatological product at that time. So there were a lot of new compounds that's coming from the headquarters. No? So they need to be launched in the Philippines. You have to translate and customize, no, how you're going to offer
Mm.
the local conditions, diba? But to me, why I made the shift from FMCG
Mm.
to pharmaceuticals, sa akin kasi it's also about communication. How you're able to make the communication of something technical like medicine,
Mm.
drugs, that would be easily understood, not just by patients,
Mm.
but even by doctors. So making their their work and their choice easier.
Mm.
Alright? So again, kita mo yung common
Yes,
thread
sir.
eh,
Yes, oo.
'di ba?
Making the work easier for other people actually. And
Right.
I think ang dulo rin yan is to maximize the delivery of impact.
Yes. Correct. Correct.
But is it kind of the same approach then, especially also like as an IE, yung from FM to pharmaceuticals, or ano ba yung where there are differences maybe?
Yes, the main difference of course is your audience.
Mm.
Whereas in FMCG, yung end consumer ang audience mo eh.
Ah,
'Di ba? With the pharma, it's the doctors who would make the
the
prescriptions,
and kumbaga that you have
'di
to
ba?
think then.
'Di ba? But when I was in labs, kumbaga parang yes, the doctor is the main audience, but the end user, no, was also important. Kasi
Yes, yes.
how the doctor would communicate yung product mo, no, to the patient is also very important.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Like, I mean, I was handling Ventolin, anti-asthma product, 'di ba? And how's the best way that you can relate with asthmatics, no? And how would doctors, no, be able to, be effective, no, the healers, no, of asthma,
Mm.
no, with your product. So we would come up with patient asthmatic wellness programs, targeting patients. So hindi lang yung mga doctors. So yung mga ganun. You find ways.
You find. And then next actually sir, medyo marami pero siguro medyo i-ano natin.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
also went to Smart, mobile
Smart.
market, and
Yeah.
also business development in Solar Life, and then
Yeah.
Meridian
Oo.
Sales and Marketing,
Ah.
Latitude Broadband, also marketing
Yes.
and product management. I'm sa ating para magka-grasp lang yung
Yes,
ating
yes.
listeners.
Sige,
And
sige.
then Digital Mobile Philippines marketing as well. And Voyager is collector, no?
Yes.
And then Solar Philippines. Although siguro later na
Oo.
Solar Philippines and PTNT kasi I guess yun yung parang
Yes,
pinaka
yes.
medyo mas leadership role. But anyway, sir, in the marketing, first question, sir, why did you parang medyo 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, parang what was in your when you were navigating this kind of career?
Alright. Well, okay. I mean, during that time, why would people move from one company to the next? Although you don't move right away.
Mm.
You would move when you've made your mark and
Mm.
you're ready for bigger responsibility. To me, okay, and this is something that I will not recommend for everyone. Okay, diba? Kasi there are people who would just stay with one company.
Mm.
They will grow their career.
Mm.
Okay yun.
Mm.
Okay, may mga binabagayang ganon. My case kasi, parang I wanted to apply what I'd learned already in another company. From one company to the next. When I see that, oops, what I have acquired are skills that would help me in this new company I will be joining. Okay, so Smart. After kasi yung sa Glaxo ko, no? So I've done FMCG marketing, I've done ethical marketing na farm. I felt that okay, during that time, hinahanap ng panahon eh. That was the time na Smart, no, was just starting.
Yes, actually.
Okay. It's a whole industry because the telecommunication industry was liberalized. So during the time of President Ramos.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why before, it was just PLDT, right? As one monolithic company. No? Diba? And then all of a sudden, with the Telecommunication Liberalization Act by President Ramos, he opened it up. for more players to come in for better competition, right? So, Smart was a startup company.
Back
Okay.
then.
And then it was mobile.
Mm.
Okay. Kasi wala pang, dati kasi, ano, di ba, wired. No? So,
Ah.
uh, yung pagdating ng smart signal, no, yung ano, yung cellular telephony, di ba? And part of the, um, kumbaga part of the franchise of operating cellular companies, you also have to build landlines. Kasi nga, dati PLDT lang eh.
Yeah.
Ang problema nga nun, kung gusto mo magka-telepono, maghihintay ka ng taon.
Hmm.
Di ba? So, talagang konti lang ang may landlines. So, kaya part nung program ni President Ramos was to also increase the number of landlines and make it easier for people to apply for their own landline company. Kasi dati, di ba, may ka-share pa yung tinatawag na party line. I'm sure you cannot relate to that anymore. Once upon a time, we were sharing telephone lines with your neighbor at nag-aaway kayo kasi parang, uy, tagal-tagal mo, kailangan ko nang gamitin niya, may importante ako tatawagan. Eh, siyempre, nagliligawan sa telepono noon. So, those were the days na talagang, ano, na you wouldn't want to go back to. Kasi, again, because, iisa lang yung player nun eh.
Mm.
Magdusa ka, maghintay ka.
Mm.
Gusto mo ng separate landline. And then, when it was finally opened, more players came in. And then, cellular took. It was so successful that people didn't need any more landlines. So, even yung mga landlines na tinayo ng mga ibang bagong players, no, hindi rin kumbaga parang hindi rin na-maximize. Kasi nga, people were happy enough with their mobile phones.
Mm.
And I was in Smart. We started out with an analog technology called eTax. No? And we grew it to be the number one along with that it used to not make Smart. This is the start of my career. Kasi I'd like to think that Smart, from the time I joined Smart in 1996, to my time in PTNT, base of what? Almost 30 years. No?
Mm.
And that's why I would call myself more of a telecom person
Mm.
than anything else. Because I've spent so much more of my career on telecom.
Yes. Mm.
So, in Smart, I also manage yung transition from analog to digital.
Mm.
So, from the eTax technology to GSM.
Mm.
Okay? Kasi ang GSM, while Smart was number one, no, it was being eaten up, no, by the ascent of Globe
Mm.
with GSM. Kasi talagang mas maganda naman ang digital technology kaysa sa analog, right?
Mm.
So we had to make sure that we were able to launch our own GSM platform. So that was during my time.
Mm. Contact no, this was 1997, 1996, 1996 to 1998 when
Yeah.
tama ba sir no?
Yes.
1999 when you were in Smart.
No, I was in Smart 96
96.
until end 99.
99.
I left after launching GSM for Smart. Smart Gold, Smart Body.
Mm.
So yun. And then I went to Meridian.
Mm.
Well, before that, I went to an Insular
Insular
Life
Life.
Insurance.
Mm.
Kasi gusto ko, kumbaga parang feeling ko when I was in Smart, talagang hindi ako natutulog doon eh. Kasi when you join a company that's so agile and a lot of things are happening because you're trying to make things happen. No? You're trying to change the world. disrupt how things are being done. Kumbaga talagang
As a
mapapagod ka.
as a startup din.
Oo, as a startup. Kaya, yun, kumbaga parang it was a pause for me. No? So I said, okay, and I had an offer from Insular Life. No? And it was a big, jump in what I was making. And of course, it's also a new thing. Parang feeling ko, okay, financial services, maybe this is an area na I can also, make my mark, no? But, 6 months into it, I felt na, "Oh, parang may kulang. Parang may hinahanap yung katawan ko." Kasi nga, iba yung pace sa financial service company. Let alone an insurance company, no? To telecoms. That's the reason why I joined startup companies. Talagang bootstrap startup company which appealed to me. And this was Meridian Telecoms. And why was it appealing to me? Because the promise of Meridian Telecoms is to provide the first broadband service in the Philippines using wireless. So I went to Meridian.
How was it, sir, na ito mas startup pa ito, no? So,
Mas startup pa
really
to.
setting up everything. So,
Yes.
how was it, sir, na I mean, as an IE din, you're giving your IE training. Maybe even like, for example, in Unilever, na medyo built na yung system. Parang iba siya no, sir? So,
Ibang-iba kasi nga you're talking of technology
mm.
na you're talking of radios, no? That you would install on the rooftops of your customers, whether it's residential or a business, and then deliver high-speed internet. Remember, this was year 2000. The internet dial-up, very low. I don't know kung
Yes.
butan mo yan, baka
Yes,
hindi.
nabutan ko, sir, nabutan.
Okay. Pero pagkatawag ka ng dial-up, remember, EPS. So pagkatawag ka, parang may mga weird sounds ka pang maririnig
Yes,
bago ka
naririnig ko nga siya
makakonect.
ngayon, I remember that sound, yeah.
What we were bringing into the market with Meridian is a much faster data wireless that you can connect from any of our radio station to customer via line of sight. During that time, talaga nobody was doing it. We were a pioneer. Wala pang DSL noon. DT.
Oo nga pala, may
Sa broad.
Oo, yes.
I'm so proud to say that talagang we were the first to introduce broad in the Philippine market via wireless with Meridian. And what we did at the start, kasi syempre, as with any technology, mahal pa yung equipment because we don't have economies of scale, right? So we were out the business model. And how you'd prove it is with enterprise. Because enterprise would be able to afford it. And besides, they have the need for faster internet. Diba? So that's where we position Meridian. And it's in enterprise to build our business case. Na yes, okay to. And then once you're able to now achieve greater economies of scale, then you can offer it to even residential. And that's what happened. No? We pitched it, that concept, that business model, PLDT to Smart. And that's the reason why they acquired Meridian Telecoms.
Oh, wow. I see. Tsaka
Okay.
it really makes sense yung marketing, sir. Kasi really bridge, It also enables the technology and also how it can, because if you didn't communicate this, like connected the product to the market, hindi mas magiging accessible yung product to the market. Hindi magiging hindi ito yung gamit ng technology. So
Correct.
that's also really the importance of marketing. And,
It is. And you should, and that's why, especially in technology is a different animal altogether. Because this is where all the disruption is happening. Diba? Yung talagang quick disruption. So, kumbaga kami parang okay, I mean during when we entered, it was all dial-up, 'di ba? And PLDT was taking its jolly good time to, roll out DSL. While they were probably planning for it, wala pa, bagal nila, eh, 'di ba? So, eto kami, bootstrap, company,
Mm.
okay, offering, high-speed internet to businesses and gaining traction.
Mm.
So, we were able to build a business model, a
Yeah.
business case that we were able to, uh, sell to Smart, and it became Smart Bro. Okay.
Oh, that's the
Remember
story behind
Smart Bro, siya talaga yung
Yes.
nagpalaganap, no,
Yes, yes.
ng wireless,
Yes, I remember.
broadband. But
Oh.
that's using, Meridian technology.
Wow, I'm amazed hearing this story.
Yep.
Oh, but anyway sir, napaisip din ako kasi parang IE, although it's also like the business side of engineering, pero meron din namang of course may BA, may ganyan. And I think, hmm, this is kind of also shifting into that more of the business side, eh, but still an IE perspective. So, lang sir is parang did how IE is still it kumbaga, um 80%, 100% or baka 50-50 na rin na parang medyo into the business and maybe for example, really sales na subject na IE for example. So kumbaga in your opinion sir ano, parang kung ano na siya or or is IE really that holistic talaga?
I would tend to challenge yung statement mo na ang sales walang IE
Mm.
component. Meron yan.
Mm.
Kasi if you start thinking about supply chain,
Hmm.
what drives sales?
Hmm.
Sales is a distribution game.
Hmm.
So you have to make sure that the supply chain works. Parang you are able to make the product available at the right place at the right time. 'Di ba?
True,
That
yes.
that necessitates a lot of analytical thinking. 'Di ba? Even pricing for that matter. 'Di ba?
Mm.
How do you optimize your pricing to suit the needs of the market?
Mm.
It's the IE discipline,
Actually, it's the
Johnny.
actually, yes,
Yeah,
oo.
oo,
And
'di
actually
ba?
it's a supply chain nga 'no, parang
Oo,
ano,
eh,
a
'di ba?
specific look at supply chain and how you optimize the distribution.
Yeah. In simplistic terms, how do you get from point A to point B?
Yes.
Gano'n lang 'yan, eh, 'di ba? Ang IE, okay, you give them a problem now. This is your point A, this is your point B. What's the best way to get from that point A to point B?
And in that sense, I think sales becomes a very important tool, especially in optimizing once again, even adoption
Correct.
ng mga tao ng new technology.
Correct. Plus of course, in IE, siyempre as with any well, operational challenge, you have to be governed by metrics,
Yes. Yes.
'di ba? And your best metrics would come from sales,
Ito numbers eh. Tama naman.
'di ba?
Mm.
So 'yun.
And ayun, by the way, sir, ano, so you stayed nga sa telecommunications for 18 years. I mean, why stick na in the
All right.
telecommunications?
Well, because I was getting a different kind of high. That you're able to work with innovation, bring it to market, see the impact of that, and then continue. And it happened to me. In Meridian, when it was bought by Smart, I went back to Smart. Okay. But the thing is, I'm at that time kasi parang there's this big, corporate culture na eh. Parang to me, it stifles innovation. That's the reason why I left and went to another startup which is Latitude.
Si Latitude
But
Broadband.
Latitude naman, it's the same technology that we developed in Meridian. But the market this time is an international market. We wanted to offer it to other third world countries.
Like there
Yes.
and Benin in Africa.
I actually went to Dhaka in
Oh.
Bangladesh and did some work there.
Oh.
So parang it's really kumbaga parang it's best practice, diba? I mean,
Mm.
you've proven it in the Philippines, it should work in other
Mm, mm.
countries.
Speaking of that pala, sir, since you brought up innovation and like yung parang the corporate culture, I think is IE. Should IE be aligned in either innovation or the corporate culture or both? Or what do you think about that? I mean, how should we incorporate innovation thinking in IE?
I think innovation thinking is inherent in IE, especially
Continuous improvement.
when you
Or
talk about Kaizen, which is
yes.
the title of the show,
Oo
right?
nga pa.
So it's really that.
Mm.
And when you talk about innovation, it's not all about technology. Innovation could be how you do a certain
Mm.
thing. Di ba?
Oo.
Life hacks, for example,
Mm.
are innovation.
Mm.
Simple innovation. Okay, pero ina, ano yung ang nakakatuwa after Latitude, okay, sa akin kasi parang ano I got a call to join Digital Sun Cellular. And
Ah,
Sun Cellular to me was very intriguing.
yes.
It's it's a new mobile company trying to fight Globe and Smart, right?
Mm.
Cellular is siya yung talagang third
Yes.
telco,
Mm.
not dito. Yan yung original
Yes,
talaga
yes.
na
I
third
remember those times
telco,
then, yes.
Sun Cellular. And kagandahan sa Sun Cellular, I had the life really run a lot of innovation
Be free.
initiatives. Really.
Mm.
I had a very supportive boss.
Hmm?
The Gokong ways were so
Mm.
supportive and they're so aggressive at the same time.
Mm.
Call and text unlimited.
Yes, and I
It
remember, oo nga,
changed the rules
sila
of
yung
the
pinakauna
game.
dati.
I mean, how Goliaths meaning Globe and Smart, no? As a startup, di
Mm.
ba? Wala kang base, wala kang subscriber. Gawa ka ng bago. Kailangan, kailangan ma-attract mo yung mga tao na lumipat sa'yo,
Mm.
di ba? And, I mean, uh, when I joined, obviously, they were already doing a lot of things, no? Okay? But that call and text unlimited was the game changer talaga.
Mm.
Okay? Why? It changed the rules of the game. Why? Because they played on the strength of Sun. Because, unang-una, maliit pang customer base mo, subscriber base mo. So, kahit ba unlimited yung call and text within the Sun community, okay lang.
Mm.
Kasi meron kang network na binild na kayang-kayang i-handle yung traffic.
Mm.
And hindi siya kayang gawin ni Smart and Globe. Why? Kasi pag sinabayan nila yung call and text ng Sun, babagsak ang network. So that's part of the strategic thinking that came into play, with call and text unlimited. It's playing also on the weakness of your competitor because they will not go to where you're going. You are not playing by their rules. You're
Mm.
creating your own to favor yourself. So that's the story of Sun Cellular. And it's kumaga parang it's a parade of innovation after innovation.
Mm.
And yung aking ako trademark ko talaga is data. No?
Mm.
Start in Smart, then Meridian, and then it continued in Sun Cellular. I introduced Sun Broadband,
Mm.
offering the lowest one-day unlimited data load. I also made Sun postpaid #1. Okay, I mean, who would have thought that this #3 Johnny Come Lately player would be able to wrestle market leadership from Globe in postpaid
Mm.
during that time? Well, okay, we know that Globe and Smart, and especially Smart, was hurting because of what Sun was doing in the marketplace. That's the reason why. Well, I'd like to think that's the reason why they bought Smart. They
Yes.
bought Sun.
Yes.
Di ba?
Maybe. Most probably.
So yun.
Mm.
See, it helps to really play on your strength and discover the strength that is yours alone and that
Mm.
your more established competitors will not be able to immediately do.
Mm.
Okay. So in a way, you are really disrupting the system.
Tsaka parang siya I just remember sa 153 feasibility yung 5 forces of quarters, fourth
Mm,
forces of the market nga ba yun? Ayun, parang how you that's also how you identify the status of the business ba yung mga possible threats and how
yes.
can you anchor kumbaga on your market. And is that and then you went back to so now after sa Sun, it's Voyager, which is a subsidiary of Smart.
Yes. Well, because when they finally acquired Sun, so we were, of course, absorbed.
Yes,
So I found myself
Balik.
going back again. And to me, it didn't really, I guess, yeah, I didn't really fit well, no, in
Hmm.
that corporate mold of PLDT. So I was assigned in the innovation arm of PLDT, which is Voyager.
Mm.
No? So that time, kumbaga parang it was a period of discovery for myself. I mean, okay, where will I go from here? Okay, this is a company that would probably give me answers because it deals with innovation. But I actually didn't really stay long because I opted for early retirement from
Ah.
PLDT,
Hmm.
and Sun Cellular. So yun, in 24, that's when I joined renewable
Yeah, it's
energy.
kind of a different naman,
Totally different
different.
space. But renewable energy at that time, no, was starting,
Hmm.
and solar in particular, uh, is a very promising energy space to be in because the Philippines has a lot of problems when it comes to the to energy. We have the most expensive power rates in Asia.
Hmm.
Okay, and you'd still experience a lot of brownout, blackout, di ba? And there's something about renewable energy and solar in particular that is so empowering. Imagine actually generating your own power
Mm.
for your own consumption, di ba?
Yeah.
There's something so democratic
Democratic
about it,
actually, decentralized.
di ba?
Oo.
Na parang it's a distributed
Mm.
energy generation, power generation model,
Mm.
di ba? So that's where we started. No? I joined the Solar Philippines as the chief revenue
Chief
officer.
revenue officer.
Oh,
Parang what I also observed in your parang how you grew, how you built your career is starting from the telecoms part and actually even part, you really like innovation. Maybe you really like
mm,
magulong buhay or parang ano parang
yeah. Malikot kasi isip ko. Kaya pag may naiisip, marami akong naiisip kasi,
Mm.
di ba? I mean, I guess that's also my IE orientation.
Mm.
Yung combining things. Is that
Hmm.
um, you learn things kasi no, from the different companies and industries I've been in. I've been able to pick a lot. No?
Mm.
You have that, just start connecting that
Yeah.
to come up with new ideas,
Mm.
new combinations that were
Mm.
not thought of
Mm.
before.
And I think nga Sir Ricky ano ang IE din is ilalagay ka sa gulo but you organize that. You
Correct.
build the systems in that.
Or you thrive in the
Or you
chaos.
thrive in the chaos.
Yeah. Mm, true.
That's I think that's a very important skill din na well nate-train since UPI and
Yeah.
I think parang yun sir yung naging primary ano eh parang primary ano ba how weapon so parang ano of building your career.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you went back sir you went to PTNT
Yeah.
which is also
It's a communication company,
Mm.
telecommunication
Oo.
company. So, this time it's a fiber broadband company.
Fiber na.
Parang Converge din, kaya lang
Yes.
mas nauna sa Converge yan because PTNT 1962 pa yan.
Mm.
It was the market leader in data communications in the 60s and 70s. And by data communications, I meant yung mga telegrams,
Mm.
telex. Relate ka ba doon? Naalala mo ba yon? Or have you heard about what a telegram is? These are the messages that are typed, no, on
Mm.
pieces of paper that are delivered. That's how people communicated way back.
As in
Like,
yung
kunyari, you have a job interview.
Mm.
Okay? Eh, hindi ka matawag, wala kang telepono.
Okay.
So, you will actually receive a telegram.
Fax. I mean,
Hindi nga
in
fax eh.
mas
Kasi ang
ano
fax
pa.
sa telepono yun eh.
Okay,
Ito,
oo.
kumbaga parang there's a central station na parang, I'm a company, I want to, it's like, mailing a letter, except that, kumbaga parang it has short note, parang SMS na so many characters lang. Diba?
Paano sure pa tina-transport ang ano?
Kumbaga parang, inaano siya,
Okay.
this was way back in the 60s, 70s. That is the first data communication around.
Actually,
Wala pa kasing computer no, wala pang mga cellphone. Ang landline pantawag lang, 'di ba? Wala namang fax pa noon. So 'yun, and even for international correspondence, yung telex naman. Yung parang mga parang ano lang, parang mga pulses. Oo, ganun. Electronic pulses.
To replicate the same message. To replicate
Yeah,
Oo.
ganun lang. And then, they will generate that message na naka-enclose in an envelope and then somebody will deliver it. Obviously, old school, obsolete technology.
Ang
But
Telegram
that's how it started, PTNT.
kasi ngayon sir, parang may app na ngayon 'di ba na Telegram na messaging app.
Well, Telegram is an app, right? You guys know it as an app. But we know it as that piece of paper that would tell me na, "Hoy, you have a job interview on this date at PRT or Unilever. So better be there." That's how they would communicate it. We've seen it all. My generation has seen the shifts in technology more than anyone. So,
Actually true sir. I think those were the years na parang talagang rapidly si technology
oo.
lalo na in telecom, lalo na in the
Yeah, and then the computer age pa. Na namin, imagine living without a computer and then all of a sudden, nagka-computer, nagka-email, nagka-cellphone, di ba? Nawala yung mga dati naming technology na black and white TV, na lalaking television sets, tapos may mga, yung mga record players namin, mga cassette players namin, wala, lahat yun. Di ba? Now, it's all streaming over the internet. So,
And by the way pala, Sir Ricky, so somehow your career is you always become the leader in a new technology, in the new innovation. Maybe my question is parang, how were you able to be kept and parang how were you always invited or how were you always linked to be in that position? I mean, is it because of the networks or is it because really you built your parang experience and somehow portfolio? Yeah, just kasi for other people na who want, lalo na rin, technology is still rapidly evolving
Yes.
even now, pero how
yes.
do you always keep updated and how do you, kumbaga, become the leader always in new
Well,
technologies?
Okay, I mean, what applied to me in my career probably will not apply to this new generation now because it's so different now. I mean, during my time, obviously, there were, and even up to now, to a certain extent, headhunters. No? So people who would really look for talent, no, because they have clients, no, who would want a particular kind of talent with this skill set and this knowledge base. So, ganun yan. In my early transitions, no, from company to company, no, I would have headhunters seeking me out. Okay. Pero sa akin kasi ngayon, what's really important, and to me, it's a survival tool that you have to take seriously. You really have to keep in your heart that you have to be a lifelong learner. You shouldn't stop learning.
Mm.
You shouldn't be afraid of the new technology. Like I GPT became mainstream. No? There were a lot of people talking about you know uh, the danger. No? But the thing is, so what? I mean, what can you do about it? It's gonna be here for good. You cannot stop it. Might as well, learn it, understand it, make them use- provide the best benefit. No, again, I thinking, di ba? I I use AI. No?
Mm.
Uh, and sa akin kasi, no, these are all tools, they're all technologies. What's important is the discipline, di ba? How you're actually using them, how you are prompting your questions, right? How do you dig deeper? That's still the human element of it, di ba? And that's how you learn. To me, what aids me in my learning is in the quality of the questions I ask. Kasi when you ask a question, there's a very humbling thing about it, because you are admitting you don't have the answer for this or that. So I am asking,
Mm. Mm.
right? And to me, I always prefer people who ask questions. Even when I'm hiring, no, I look for people who are interested. Not because pabibo sila, no, na parang gusto nilang parang magpakita na ang dami nilang nalalaman through their question. No, what I'm saying is I can spot people who really don't know the answers, but they're trying to ask a question that matters.
Mm.
And sa akin, that's very important.
Lifelong learn, ask the questions that
Yeah.
matter. Sige sir, actually medyo thank you sir sa pagkuwento ng iyong career. Grabe
Mm.
balik talaga ang ating kuwentuhan. Pero siguro sir, what's the biggest lesson maybe or parang biggest advice aside from maybe that lifelong learning na advice that you can share for i.e. students, i.e. graduates, i.e. practitioners, professionals out there who want really build their career? Ano yung parang maybe siguro maybe sir top 3 or kung puwede top 3 na the most important things to really understand and absorb that you think na patulong sa inyong career?
Okay. Well, hmm, sige, sige. Pag-isipan ko muna
Sige
yan,
sir,
ha?
sige sir.
Okay. Um, Number one, you have to understand what is it that gets you up in the morning. Okay.
What drive
What drives you, what motivates you. Kasi if you want to be effective in whatever it is you're doing in your career or even in your other pursuits in life, okay, then you should love what it is that you're doing. Kasi if you're just forcing yourself out of bed to do a job,
mm,
then that's not living,
mm,
'di ba? And you may you may be in a space that is not meant for you. So you have to find what really drives you.
how about you sir? What drives you?
What drives me is always the challenge
Ah,
to build something of value. Okay? And it transcends, no, more than just my career. It's also in the projects I choose to do outside of work. So like right now I'm quite active with the UP Engineering R&D Foundation,
ERDF, UP-ERD.
UP ERD, right? And I'm actually uh, the designated, and I I was voluntold, no? director, no, of this
Mm.
upcoming benefit concert that we will have in November 15th. Mental health of College of Engineering and College of Music students. UP. Kasi mental health is an issue with the current generation.
Mm.
And yet nobody is really talking much about it, much less doing something about it. Diba? I'm doing something that I hope would really benefit, no, towards that advocacy. So I'm giving my time.
Mm.
In my work, ganun din. I mean, now did I tell you that I just retired?
Yan.
I don't think it's in the video, but
Mm.
I just retired last month. So from
Very
PT&T. So why? Because I turned 60. I'm a grandfather already. Okay. But it's not meant for me to slow down. It's actually for me to pursue my other passions. And right now, my passion is renewable energy because unlike telecoms kasi it's very developed na. I mean, in terms of penetration rate, no? I mean, there are over 100 million Filipinos connected already. No? By, via various technology, bulk of which are mobile phones, right? And the internet. But when it comes to solar, renewable energy, we're barely scratching the surface, no? And we are at that junction, no, when the right price points, no, are there already for more people to take advantage of the benefits. And I want to be there. Uh, diba? I mean, to build awareness and get people to really benefit, no, from the financial rewards of renewable energy. It's not just financial rewards, no, but you're also actually helping the environment as well.
Mm.
So yeah.
Mm. Ayun. So, ayun sir, actually, yun yung number one what the
Tatlo ba yung hinihingi mo sa akin?
and sige, actually, sige, okay din sir, sige, okay din.
Oo,
But
oo.
actually, I have a question sir, na,
Oo.
parang know what drives you, and your answer is actually the challenge to, well, to build. Pero sir, some people kasi when faced with a challenge, well, maybe sir, some people are really bold and brave to get on challenge. Baka parang nahe-hesitate na baka they cannot deliver up to that expectation. Do you feel those, sir? But these are also
Yes. Kaya nga, and that's why my number 2 is you have to build your support. Meaning, who are the people you trust that you can run to when you're in a rut? Diba? That's why to me, yung network ko, no, starting with my friends, no, from high school and college, are important because they're my sounding board. I'm at least my sounding board, my wife. Okay. And then your mentors in your career. You have to also build healthy relationships, no, with people you've worked in the past. More so with people who guided you. So that's why ako, up to now, I still, you know, maintain a healthy exchange, no, with people who've helped me. No? Because I know that they're there for me and I'm there for them as well. So very important. You have to have a support group. You can't do it alone. Diba? And then learn to read where things are headed. Because sabi nga, di ba? There is the only constants in this life. Of course, death, taxes, and change. Di ba? Change. Things are really going to change. That's why some of the lessons that I've had in my career will probably not apply today.
yes.
Di ba? And that's the reason why people must learn how to read the situation. Di ba? Because given a situation, there are so many dynamics that you should observe and analyze.
Ayun. Know what drives you and be
Mhm.
driven by that. Second is have a support.
Yes.
You won't face challenges alone. And then third is read the situation, learn to read the situation, and learn to read where things are headed. That's like technology, where the tech is
Yeah,
headed.
and be the catalyst.
And be ayun. Thank you so much, sir. By the way, sir, very last question na lang. In one word, what is IE?
I will go with the Latin definition of IE when it is used in, you know, in conversation. Diba? Parang IE is id es.
Ah.
That is. So IE is really about, making things easier to understand. So if you have to elaborate on something, it's really with the intent, no, making it simpler to understand, simpler to grab, no, improving the understanding.
Mm.
So it is.
And we that understand. And ayun, thank you very much, sir, sa pag-share ng iyong career. Ako personally, para akong odd sa isang very expert mentor sa aking harap that I also really want to learn from. And thank you so much, sir, sa pag-share ng experiences na nadaanan natin yung buong transitioning from the but at the same time andun pa rin yung parang IE principles, IE discipline, and especially yung what I like the most here is yung parang actually the continuous love for innovation and the continuous want to be challenged, drive that innovation and to make that innovation impactful and accessible to as much people. So ayun. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Johnny. It's a pleasure.
And I hope ang ating mga listeners ay maraming, for sure, marami tayong nakuha. Ayun, once again, sir, thank you very much.
Thank you. Mabuhay ang PIE.
Bye ang UBI. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you.